Hey guys, 91 Extreme RT here with my Guild Wars 2 pre-launch review. I'm going to do the good things that I've noticed while playing beta and the bad things. I'm going to start off with the bad first. Now, it might seem like I have nothing good to say about the game with the long list of bad things that I've tallied up, but trust me, listen through it all and you'll find out it's not all bad, and it's, well, far from that actually. So, to start off with, I've played in beta for a few months, and I've played all the classes and logged in a couple hundred hours of game time. It's a really fun game, but there are some things that I just can't let go of that are a bit off, I guess. The first off is the character model movement. It almost gives me a headache to play because your character's run and walk animations are slower than you're actually moving, giving it that gliding sense. Playing games like Rift, where all the movement animations and stuff are precise and like spot on, it's hard to miss this type of thing. Like I noticed it right away when I first started playing beta, and it's really hard to adjust to that. Another thing that I really didn't care for is that it's very tedious. Everything seems very slow paced, from combat to questing, which in my opinion I don't really prefer. Like, depending on the situation, I might like it, but most times I'd rather prefer fast pace and slow pace. So, so this really isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just something I personally don't like. Another thing is too many instances. The world is way too instanced, and because of this, it has too many loading screens. Now, this can be a good thing because it eliminates waiting for quest bosses to respawn and stuff like that, but it also takes away from the open world feel and makes it feel a bit linear. Another thing I don't care for is the zones. The zones are great, but there seems to be no transition from one to another other than like a portal. It doesn't really have like an adventuring, let's just climb over this mountain to get to the next zone instead of going through a direct pathway. It doesn't really have that true open world like feel. But one thing also that I notice about the zones is that there really doesn't seem to be any like zone specific lore. It's just pretty much you do a quest for this guy, and that guy, and then go to the next zone. That's what it kind of feels like overall. Also, it feels a bit grindy. Starting off with a new character, I did all the quests in the first zone, and I found out that I had to grind. I did grind mobs solid for about 2 hours to get the EXP and levels I needed in order to advance in the next zone. I had everything done in the first zone by the time I was level like 3, and I needed at least level 6 at the minimum to start questing in the next zone. So the EXP gain really wasn't, it really wasn't, what do you want to call it, it didn't keep up to the content. The EXP you got from doing all the quests didn't give you enough to continue the content. It required you to do like these little mini invasion type things or these little mini group dungeon type things before you could go to the next zone. This EXP that I got to level 3 versus where I needed level 6, this includes all the EXP I got from farming plants and ores and reviving every dead NPC that I seen, which was bonus EXP. So that's about it for the things I don't like. I mean, it's pretty all over the place of things that I noticed that I really didn't like about the game. But let's go to the good things. Graphics. Graphics are really good. They're not top-notch and super detailed with a lot of depth like in Rift, but they're still really, really good, and the spell and attack animations are excellent also. Graphically, the attack animations are good. For a person that likes slower games, I guess, it's an excellent game to play. Although I personally prefer faster-paced games like, Rift. Guild Wars 2 is definitely fun, and I could spend hours playing it and not realize it. It really does suck you in. I know this because during one of the 6-hour beta sessions, felt like I was playing for 30 minutes and my time was up already, and I was on the entire time. You know, from the time the servers came live to the time they went down. Its pace actually feels more realistic, as in it actually feels like you are personally going on an adventure, and the time to do certain things and travel feels realistic. For me personally, it feels like I'm playing the main character in my own movie. Like it kind of has an epic feeling to it. Although I'm not a fan of slower things, the pace that Guild Wars 2 moves at makes it actually, kind of enjoyable. Even though I don't like that sort of thing, I mean, the way it does things actually made it kind of fun. It's a great game to get lost in, as there's a lot to do and it takes forever to do it. It kind of contradicts what I said before that I don't like about the game of how slow it is, but I only said I didn't like it because it wasn't fast-paced, where it's not continuously fast-paced like I'm used to in other games. It just has a lot of parts in it that are, really, really slow. Now that I think of it, it pretty much has like a Skyrim feeling to it when I play Guild Wars 2. Except Guild Wars 2 has more loading screens and cutscenes, which you find that kind of hard to believe that there's more loading screens in Guild Wars 2 than there is with Skyrim, but there is. So it is what it is. The cut screens, kind of lead me to my next thing about the game, is that it gives Guild Wars 2 a Star Wars Old Republic feel, which by that I mean that it makes the story more epic. Star Wars Old Republic fell short on a lot of things, but its storyline was like really goddamn good, and its cut screen system made you feel like you were actually physically in the game and part of the story. Not just a random configuration of pixels on the screen that you inanimately fucking controlled all over the place. So it actually, feels like you are part of it. One thing that I really, really like about Guild Wars 2 is the guild system. Now, there's so many perks and benefits you get with the guilds. It reminds me of like Rift's guild perk system, where you get EXP, and as you get EXP, you can buy certain perks with your, guild points or guild EXP. And there's just far too many, guild perks in Guild Wars 2 to even list. But you can pick and choose which ones you want. You're not forced, as you level up, you get level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. Like in World of Warcraft, where they give you these certain perks at certain levels. It's more like a Rift feel, where you get to pick and choose what you want versus the game telling you what you're going to have. So that's really nice. Now, I really, in my opinion, it's an excellent game overall, and for not being a subscription-based game, or aka free to play, it's definitely worth getting. Just like Skyrim, it'll be an awesome game to play when I'm not waiting for raid lockouts to reset in Rift or something like that. I couldn't play the game all the time because it does start to give me a headache, as I mentioned earlier, but it will get played often. I mean, I could easily see myself logging on, 750 to 1,000 hours on the game during the first year, because it is really fun to play. Guild Wars 2 isn't a raiding style MMO like Rift and World of Warcraft. It's more of a epic adventure game, or epic adventure lore game, and it's definitely worth buying, especially because it's free to play. I mean, there's no subscription needed. The only thing I could, foresee paying for would be like future expansions and stuff like that. So, that is all for my little pre-launch review on Guild Wars 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and found it informative. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, griefs, or complaints, throw them in the comments section below. I do read everything, and I respond to almost everything. So, alrighty, thank you for listening, and I'll see you later.